right now.
And most importantly, I want to thank the riders and the communities that we serve and that we are looking forward to serving with the Green Line extension, as well as the commuters, cyclists, pedestrians, and drivers for their patience as we accomplish so much work along this corridor. We're here to highlight the progress that GLX has made, most notably the major milestone that construction is over 50% complete on the Green Line extension. It's going to extend the Green Line about 4.5 miles north along two branches from what will be Lechmere Station to Union Square in Somerville and College Ave in Medford. It's going to build 6 new stations. It's also going to build a new maintenance facility. We closed the old Lechmere Station last May, at least to rail traffic, so the team could relocate and rebuild a brand new Lechmere Station. When it's finally done at the end of 2021, the GLX will deliver new rail service to transit-dependent communities in Somerville, Medford, and Cambridge. Right now, we have over 650 management and field staff personnel hard at work on this project, and they've worked over 2.5 million hours. We've built over 77,000 square feet of retaining walls within the project corridor and installed 39,000 cubic yards of concrete. We've just recently finished the complete reconstruction of bridges at Broadway and Washington Street. And when we're finally done, the GLX project will have installed 100,000 railroad ties, nearly 4 miles of pilings, 22 million pounds of steel girders, 17 miles of permanent track, and 2 miles of a multi-use community path. We're looking forward to project completion at the end of next year and beginning to deliver service to our customers and communities. And I really want to congratulate the Green Line Extension team for reaching this project milestone of getting more than 50% of the project complete. I'd like to thank everyone for joining me today, and I'd like to now invite Governor Baker to say a few words.
Thank you, Steve. And let me just start by saying that before this project got started, it had a long and complicated history. And I won't bore people with all of that, but some of it's worth repeating. It had been on the books and under discussion at this point for probably close to 30 years. Does it date back to the early 90s? And it went through a whole series of iterations and proposals, and eventually former Congressman Mike Capuano got a $1 billion commitment from the federal government to support this project. And ironically, the initial estimate with respect to how much it was going to cost happened to be around $1 billion. Over time, as people built out the design work and all the rest, the $1 billion went to $1.8 billion, and then it went to a 2.5, and then by the time we took office, it was around $3 billion, which was deemed as no longer affordable. We went through a value engineering project and got it down to about $2.3 billion, and the City of Cambridge and the Metropolitan Area Planning Council and the City of Somerville kicked in about $300 million to the project, and the state kicked in $1 billion, and you ended up with a $2.3 billion project. And while that whole story was a tortured, circuitous, and probably painful one for many of the people who are involved in these discussions, I think it's fair to say that the act of actually building this is an enormously difficult challenge as well, which is why being here today to talk about being more than 50% of the way there and to take a look at a lot of the other development that's going on in this area as a result of this series of connections is a really positive moment during what I think we would all agree has been a very challenging and difficult time